Hi everyone, so I'm Lauren-Jane. I'm a core surgical trainee in plastic surgery. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I try to manage a life alongside this wonderful but demanding job. Here I start in the morning putting too much face cream on at about 6 o'clock. I start work at 7:30 or 7:45. And then my day tends to depend whether I'm on call or on a routine shift. As a core trainee, if I'm not on call, I'm supernumerary, which is awesome. If I'm on call, I'm usually there till at least 8:30. On these days, I don't see my children at all, which can be a lot, but I don't do that many on-calls, which is brilliant. I guess most of you won't have lots of plastics experience because it's quite niche. You don't do a lot in medical school, but burns is a really awesome specialty. Plastics is awesome. We do a lot of breast reconstruction, so things like flaps, and we do burns, and we do hands, so it's really, really varied. So that's what I get to do when I'm at work. But obviously I don't want to be at work all the time. I've got 3 children and I've got a family, I've got a husband, and I really want to be, I want to be a good doctor, so I want to be doing other things. I'm actually a less than full-time trainee, so I work 70%, which translates to about 3 to 4 days a week, which is what's helping me try to get this balance. And if you're not less than full-time, I really recommend that you think about it if you can afford to do so, because it just means that you've got a bit more flexibility in what you can do with your time and that you're not on call all the time. And for me, that is the secret to being a good doctor, really, is feeling like you want to actually be there when you're there, not feeling like you never leave the hospital. We can't just be doctors, we've got to be something else. You've got to find joy and hobbies and whatever it is that you do. It's really important that you have time to do that alongside medicine. And I think that so many more people are recognising that, and less than full time is not just for, people who have got caring responsibilities. People want, a life. They want to do things. Absolutely. My dad only lived till he was, 53 years old. I'm going to be 37 soon. And I really want to be, enjoying my life. I don't want to just get to the end and be like, oh, I was a consultant, but I didn't leave hospital for 20 years. And I know many of you feel like that too. You've got families, or you just want to be out and about and enjoying things. And that is what I am trying to do. And sometimes I don't achieve it, and sometimes I do. And I think the thing with work-life balance is it's not an exact science. One of the things that I admittedly struggle with is obviously work and family means I have very little time actually for myself. Here I am, I actually took myself to see Richard Dawkins by myself, and this was something that was just for me. And that's so important. That's Richard Dawkins, you can see there. I know it's not the best footage. This was something that was not to do with work, it was not to do with family, it was just to do with myself, and I don't do that stuff enough. And, here I am, already your free time, that time passes so quickly, doesn't it? It feels like you're at work all the time, and then you have a couple of days off and it goes so quick. And here I am, first thing in the morning, going back to work. Ash always drives me, which is nice. But that free time goes so quickly. I think as modern generation, we kind of want to do it all. We want to have the great career that we love. We want to feel like we're smashing that. But we also want to have a life away from work. And I think our parents and grandparents, that never really occurred to them. And the reason I'm kind of at the moment, I showed you a Dior palette earlier, and I showed you some pink scrubs, and that's because I always try and go to work with a really positive attitude. And even if I'm not feeling it in the morning, I wear my Dior glittery eyeshadow, and I wear silly coloured scrubs because it helps me build rapport with patients. And I really want to feel like, I'm having a great time at work, because I don't want to just go and feel like it's servitude. And, I love my life. I'm sure you can imagine, guys, it is so much to manage this career, surgery. And it's not surgery so much, but all the extracurricular stuff you need to do when you're doing an application. And if you'd applied for specialty training, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's just so much in terms of prep, papers, and all of that stuff. And managing that alongside a family and alongside a husband and all of that stuff can be really, really difficult. And ultimately, it might sound silly, but kind of my relationship with my husband is the foundation of everything that I do, because he's the one that keeps me level. And, when I feel like I'm going mad, he's the one that kind of always pulls me back to where I need to be. But we don't have that much of a village. And I know many of you who live away from your families are in the same kind of place where it's really difficult to have babysitters. And so your relationship gets really parked on the back of the line. So we do a lot of family activities together. Here we went to Disney in the dark, which is awesome. We did that this week. But it's nice to have time, just the two of us sometimes, because for me that's the foundation. And, before you know it, you're sort of back at work, aren't you? And it starts all over again. So You know, thank you so much for coming to this video, and please let me know in the comments kind of what you want in terms of content, because obviously I'll make whatever you like. But I've had a great week, and thank you so much for coming. Please like, comment and subscribe.